I know it's my pajamas, but I really need a change of clothes. And what's that one hurt? Yeah, there we go. What? Oh, right. Continuity, what can I say? Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel here, and today we're gonna do a quick review on TJPW's Austin Day 2. Of course, this is all part of the Texas Stampede tour that's going on right now, and today, thankfully, 2 days of break, so one more day in Austin, and then tomorrow I'll be on my way to Dallas, so hopefully the trip over there doesn't be that bad. I mean, it's 3 hours, so what could be worse? As always, we begin with the Up Up girls collaborating with the Megumi Maids. Pretty much so hypes up the crowd and everything. And speaking of hyping up the crowd, boy was this crowd a little bit hotter than yesterday. There were like people on my side of the section, like obviously where the hard cam was and everything, like, you know, hard cam looking this way. Pretty much so this side of the section was just rowdy and loud. Like, they were really into it. Like, it really felt like a genuine wrestling crowd than it was like yesterday. Because basically what it was just a bunch of, you know, like influencers, streamers, like, you know, personally invited probably. This time around, it's the real hardcore fans that really made it happen. So besides that, I really enjoy the atmosphere from day 2 better than day 1. So I will say that they did give a last minute change to the meet and greet lines, because yesterday it was like wide open range, everything like that, full of lights, you know, air conditioning, it'll be okay. They decided to put it outside this time around. You know, besides the low light or anything like that, it's still a good call, but I think personally, I think it was the weather, because I think they wanted to do it outside, but it was a little too cold. At least day 2 had a better forecast for later in the night, so hey, temperature-wise, it was okay, nothing bothered, but you know, heads up announcement next time, guys. And of course, we begin with Yuki Arai and Yamashita teaming up against Shino Suzuki and Arisu Endo. And they literally gave Shino all they could and everything like that, because she had to be the underdog for this one until Arisu had to make the hot tag and everything. And to me, that match was really fun and exciting, especially, like I said, the crowd was very hot on that side of the section at least. And, you know, they were cheering on for Arai, they were cheering on for Mifu, reacted to her spots as well on the outside of the ring. Like, to me, that match was really good as an opener for sure. Considering that we're still building Yuki Arai to go for the championship, but also teaming up with someone of her counterpart as well. So besides that, the match was really fun and exciting. And Arai got the win, so considering her build on to the road to the championships, she will have to face Miyu Watanabe again in Dallas, but more on that later. Once again, Sakura Hattori has a singles match, and this time it's against Hyper Masao. And obviously she has to make the question, either she's a good person or a bad person. Considering Masao is a hero, and Hattori almost looks like an evil villain kind of thing, pretty much so she just had to take matters into her own hands, using the spray can and everything like that she can. However, Hattori finally came to her senses and everything and fought back like heck. And pretty much so just delivered Masao what she did yesterday with the kicks and everything like that. Pretty much so just put the lights out of her and everything, as Hattori will come out with the win over Masao on this one. Personally, I do want to see a small rivalry on either like the good and the bad of hero and villain and everything like that. Well, considering that Hattori right now is hot right now in America, we have to figure out what her character is gonna be actually like heading into Japan, where the actual market matters over there. Boy, was the Tesla over as heck. Gee, I wonder what else they're gonna put it on. Oh wait, I'm wearing it. Uber Eats takes on Palm and Raku, and obviously Palm and Raku had the local reference, the Texas reference, as they were wearing one of these bad boys to the ring, a onesie of a Buc-ee's beaver. So that really was really fun to experience and everything like that. The match was really fun for sure. Obviously, you had your Buc-ee's spots and then your actual spots with Raku and Palm going at it with Uber Eats. And, you know, they haven't missed a step one bit whatsoever, considering that they are the tag team champions going to defend those titles at Grand Princess. Pretty much so the comedic spot itself, when Camille actually got into one of these onesies and actually fought back and everything, like, it was really fun of a comedy match, but also a really fun, entertaining match overall. So, but nonetheless, Uber Eats gets the win over Raku and Palm. How's this for a fun singles match? Rika Tatsumi versus Yuki Aino. And let's just say they really over-deliver on my expectations in some way, because I just expect this to be like one of those matches to hype up the crowd or anything like that. But then that's for later. Rika decided to take Aino to Buc-ee's, quote unquote, and that's go into the concession stands to the other side of the arena and literally just have chaos whatsoever. Like I said before last time, the venue is flat, so it was very hard to see what was going on in the action. But nonetheless, fake it to the camera, we do have some some kind of a vantage point of what they were doing, but nonetheless, they had shenanigans in the concessions. And then also Rika Tatsumi filled Aino's mouth with popcorn, so that's something. In the ring itself, the match was a spectacle for sure as well, with Aino's heavy hitting and Rika's high speed, deliveries and everything like that. It really was a fun, entertaining match before we get to the other singles matches that one we'll talk about a little bit more. But nonetheless, Rika Tatsumi gets the win over Aino, and pretty much still just puts Aino over and everything like that, because again, she has really become popular here in this state. So let's see how the momentum goes for Dallas and Houston. Ladies and gentlemen, this was real grabs. Yamashita and Shoko Nakajima, and boy, match of the tour? We were discussing this with me and my friend, like, this match might be hard to top in any other matches going forward in Dallas and Houston, because these two have really delivered and really brought the house down for sure in Austin. And to me, watching it live after hearing about their singles matches all together, like, it really felt genuinely to be a Joshi fan just witnessing those two going at it. And dude, the high rope spots, the kicking, everything you could see, they delivered it to a T. Like, that match has been really fun to do in this state. And like I said, match of the tour. Sure, there might be other ones that might be popping in, but to be honestly, that's for me match of the tour. So could be match of the year contender. Yamashita got the win over Shoko, and basically just, like I said, Joshi wrestling altogether. That's what it means to be a Joshi fan, and I'm really happy that I got to see that live near the front. So, but yeah, let's run it back, do it again for a special event or something. So, but yeah, those two, match of the tour, hands down, one of the best matches I've seen live. Then finally, in your main event though, Miya Watanabe teams up with Suzume, taking on the Max Heart runner-ups of Uda Takami and Mizuki. And boy oh boy did Uda had a tough time in that ring tonight. Basically, it was just a one-sided affair at that point until Mizuki had to come in for the save, but let's just give props to Uda. Like, she has really become one of those underdog wrestlers that you just want to cheer for a lot and everything, and basically was just acting like she was like done. Like, after those power bombs, a swing, anything that she could throw to, pretty much so, she was just done. She was like, oh my god, I'm hurt. Ah. Say what you say about these wrestlers, like, they really know how to deliver an acting performance, like, of this sport and everything. So it's really entertaining. But nonetheless, match-wise, Miya Watanabe, Suzume had their time with Mizuki and Uda, and obviously they had to go to the outside as well again. And then basically it was just like a fun time between Mizuki and Miya Watanabe. Remember, those two fought for the belt as well, so it's pretty much so considered like a little bit of a tune-up, but also like a remember that I still got your number kind of thing. At the end of the day, it was Miya Watanabe and Suzume getting the win over what I'm calling them magical ice cream. Because why not? That ends the tour of Austin. All the wrestlers came out, took their group photos and everything like that, and directly went to the meet and greet area, so props to them. And what I'm starting to realize now, this is basically their only all-T show of this tour, because obviously they got their special guests and everything like that in these matches, but this was literally their only T-specific show with all the wrestlers, like, from their roster itself. So this really genuinely felt like an authentic T show in America. So, like I said, props to them for pulling this off. And we just can't wait to see what they got in mind in the next 2 days. We have time to recharge, refocus, and everything. And then on Saturday, it is back to work as we're going to be in Dallas for those Saturday shows, and then heading off to Houston for Sunday. As we're pulling out the phone once again, it is time to go down the card for Texas Stampede Day 3 in Dallas. The card for this one, Shiya Suzuki will take on Mifu Aishida in a singles match. Sakura Hattori will take on against Uda, God bless her. A special singles match as Rika Tatsumi will take on against Jada Stone, so that will be a fun time. Another singles match will be Mizuki versus Hyper Masao. Tag team action will see Daisy Monkey of Suzume and Ariso Endo taking on once again of Palm and Raku. So, Tesla Bucky's collaboration? Oh, even in real life that sounds terrible. Tag team action continues as Uber Eats of Yuki Kamifuku and Wakana Yuihara will take on against Ver Vixen and Yuki Aino. And in your main event though for Dallas, it will be the Miyus of Miya Watanabe and Miyu Yamashita taking on Yuki Arai and Shoko Nakajima. Basically, it's two singles matches in one. From the Austin show of Day 2 to the build-up to Grand Princess. So basically, it's the main event as well, so have fun. As mentioned before, the only matches leading up to the pay-per-view that will be worth mentioning is the main event itself, but the matches that I have pinned down as key matches to watch, along with the show, obviously is Uber Eats and Vervixen and Aino, and then Mizuki versus Masao, and then Suzume and Arisu taking on Palm and Raku. So those are basically your 3 matches I'm telling you to stay tuned, watch along, and everything like that. Especially Palm and Raku now, since I had this pin before they even did those shenanigans. Whatever they pull up next, just wait and see. And with that, that ends our review of Austin Day 2. For the next show, it will be at the College Park Center in the University of Texas of Arlington's campus, starting at 3 p.m. Central Time. But regardless, like I said, 2-day break today and tomorrow, so we have plenty of time to just relax, recharge, and then get our energy back to cheer on for these girls as usual. So with that being said, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for supporting Day 1's review. I wasn't expecting that much of a conversation base with anybody in this crowd, but regardless, if these do well, I'll probably continue with these quick reviews, depending on what show we're talking about. So, but with that being said, thank you so much for watching, listening, whatever you want to do. Like and subscribe, do whatever you can. And yeah, that being said, I'll see you when I see you. Take care, y'all. Well, that's one big bang to end it.